This game around after that first period and make the night memorable for Radko Gudas.
We were sleepy in the first. I thought, Ross stepping up and having a fight created energy. I know there was a penalty afterwards, and we're fortunate to kill that off. That just, I think, got us going.
You had a shuffle of the lines around today with Troy out. What did you kind of see from the composition of those lines?
I thought everybody played well.
On the first goal, Leo seemed to kind of create the whole thing with his speed and winning a puck on the boards. Just speak to his all-around game, because it's the first time he's gotten points in like 7 games or so now, and finally paying off for him.
I think he's had opportunities to get points in a lot of the games. We keep pushing him to get to the inside ice. That's where all the scoring chances come from. And I thought he was more visible tonight.
Is the scoring up because the shooting is up?
Partly that, and partly they're going in.
Good all-around game.
Not the first time that Lucas has had a couple get by him and then shut things down. What do you think is behind that in terms of his makeup, where he's shown that ability?
I just said in the past, he's just wired differently or better than a lot of people I've been around in terms of his ability to focus and put things behind him. He's a professional. I think everything he does in his life is with a purpose, and that gives him a lot of mental toughness and confidence.
Both of you goalies have been able to do that. What confidence does that give a team to where, if it's an early deficit, that they have that capability?
Well, Gibby's been around forever, right? So I think he's been through a lot of these battles, and I think Darcy's just, like I said, he's a mentally tough guy.
So Z getting the system. Another one is like long touch passes on the outlet there in the strum. But, when you have a guy who makes what kind of plays, does that kind of make everybody else more alert offensively because they know those kind of passes are coming, or they create space or speed with that kind of outlet, I guess?
Well, Strome's got probably our highest offensive IQ. What he's doing this year, in a way that I think is impactful to the group, is he's communicating what should be done on the ice in terms of the style of play. I think he's like after the first period was over, he was pretty vocal about how we need to play, and I think when guys have a high IQ on the ice, they see those stretch passes, they see what's coming next. It's always like they're a play ahead of the play they're playing, and I think when young guys see him do that, it's obviously an opportunity to try and mirror what he's doing.
Yeah, sorry, I asked a really terrible question. I'm just talking about Z. Just the kind of fluidity in the play there. He's had several of these where he's got it and then instantly touch pass, and it kind of creates space in the neutral zone. This was a strong example of that. Do you think that opens up the attack? I guess my question is.
Well, I think anytime you move the puck laterally, right, and there's people coming through the neutral zone with speed, and you get an alley, you're going to be able to attack the alley with speed. And a lot of that's timing. Sometimes there's some pressure on your back, so you've got to make a play and decide whether or not you can step towards the passer and then hit the alley with it, or go off the yellow.
Owen Zellweger comes back into the lineup tonight. What did you kind of see from his game?
I thought he was great. He is what he is in terms of his ability to break pucks out, wheel the net. He gets up the ice quickly. I think he's got a good offensive IQ. I think there's a fluidness to his game that complements the rushes when we get them, and he works tirelessly in the defensive end.
He drew a couple penalties tonight. He seems like a guy who takes a lot of strides out there. He's really skating up. Do you guys track that at all, or is that more like an eye test thing to see how much ground he's covering and that kind of stuff?
For Zelly?
Yeah.
Yeah, they probably do have some tracking device, but he's an excited player, and he's got a lot of energy, and like you see, he creates visibility because he's smaller, obviously, but he's tough, and he pops into open spaces a lot.
Another goal tonight for McTavish, multi-point games for Killorn and Leo. What did you like about that line tonight?
They were just connected. They played well. I think they were on a mission. Like I said before, Mac T can play, first line left wing, second line center, third line right wing. It doesn't matter. He's like a utility knife, and one of the core foundations of his game is he's good along the walls. He can protect pucks. He goes to the front of the net. Scored the goal because he went to the net front and tipped it. I think they were kind of all in sync tonight.
Cutter drop down to the fourth line tonight? Is it just a matter of maybe he's hitting a wall, or he needs to?
No, it's nothing to do with him getting dropped down the fourth line. We had, obviously Troy didn't play, and then Lundy's line was going to go against their top line, Suzuki. And, Cutter's not wired for that role right now. So, we moved Robbie with Lundy and Leeson. I thought that line was a terrific line. Like, if you talk about a line that was probably the most impactful in the game, it was them. Suzuki's line's terrific. They're all .75 plus per game point guys. And Lundy did a really good job neutralizing that group. And then, we put together a whatever you want to call it, a line with Hockey and Cutter and Ross. And again, that line was really good in limited ice time.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Chris.